Hello YouTube once more. Today this video is gonna consist of two parts. One is gonna be very fast. I have this letter here that should have only two copies of a card. Alright, there is info there. Hopefully nothing was shown on camera. More like everything was probably shown on camera. And as you can see, we have two very nice copies of Sharingan Kunai. They always come in these protective cases. One is foil and one is regular. And while I'm rambling about this, let me tell you why Right, no wonder that wasn't opening. It's on this side. Alright. This huge pile over here. I tried doing an opening video yesterday, but at first my phone battery died. I was like, alright, I guess I'll record two parts. But then my phone's memory got too full, so it straight up did not record a sizable portion of the video at all. So I figured, well, it's not going to be an opening, but I will be going over the cards I ordered. And today in the mail, I went out. Yeah, that itself is worthy of a video. But yeah, today I went out, checked the mail, and these arrived right after the other package. That is beautiful. I got these for absolute steal, mostly because the shipping on one, I guess it was free, international free shipping, and the other one was $1 Canadian. So the Canadian guy that sold them to me, shout out to him. I don't know his name actually. It was on eBay, and these are beautiful. Now I have a full playset of them. Very nice. Very strong jutsu. And yeah, I like that, you know, most of the money goes to the owner, the previous owner, I guess, of the cards. Instead of just paying so much for shipping, I had to get these. Immediately got them. It was like $2 or $3 Canadian for one, and the foil might have been like $6 or $7 Canadian. It's like absolute steal considering the shipping costs nothing. Anyway, so Sharingan Kunai, one fire, two of anything, target 1 ninja battling against the user. Effect, give 1 damage to the target. Additionally, if the user has Sharingan Eye, give 1 additional damage to the target and move this jutsu back to your hand. That is a broken jutsu, there's not much to say about that. So this kills someone, goes back to hand as long as the user is Sharingan. Even if the user is not Sharingan Eye, you can still injure, give 1 damage, to 1 ninja battle against the user. And this other pile, this is from a guy, a Polish guy. So if you are from Europe, go on eBay right now and basically buy as much as you can from him. He has a humongous collection, and because yeah, you don't have to deal with customs. Take the opportunity. It's not that often. I've been looking, and it's not that often that there are European sellers with good staple cards and whatnot. So yeah, let's start off with Naruto Uzumaki. This is, I'm not sure if it's first edition or not, because it doesn't say, but also maybe the first set didn't come with the first edition thing. I would need to check by this little symbol next to the number. But now I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter anyway, because even if it's a reprint, I have the 001 Naruto, 002 Sasuke Uchiha, 003 Sakura Haruno, and the Kakashi is like 0011, because the other Genin would follow after 3. But like this, I have Team 7 here. Very nice to have them. Looks very nice. The art back then really was something else. It's very different from Shippuden. Anyway, so that is Team 7. Next we have one of the bad guys, turned good guys, Baki. Obviously these don't have any effect. If this ninja is sent out to attack and remains in your village, at the end of the turn, your opponent selects and discards one of their in-play ninjas. So the other Baki is banned, the one sent out to attack discards a ninja in a team by itself is banned. This is the next best thing. And yeah, I've never played with it. No proxies or nothing. I will try it out. But regardless, even if he doesn't play or work out for my decks, I still wanted to have it. And then we have 3 of this Naruto, which again, I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably not gonna be using ever. This is for revitalized decks and such, but it's good to have. And the art looks sick. It says, valid, during the exchange of jutsu, you can discard the top 2 cards of your deck to give this ninja +1/+0 during this turn. This effect can be used up to 3 times per turn. So you can become a 3/0 like this, or a 6/0 like that. And yeah, outside of Revitalize, I don't see much point of using this. You know, I don't have any decks that work out of having cards in the discard pile or anything like that. After that, let's go over the Temaris first. So everyone knows the staple Temari that sends a jutsu in your opponent's hand to chakra. This one sends a mission to the discard pile. When this ninja is put in play, you can look at all the cards in your opponent's hand, select one mission card of your choice, if there is any, and discard it. So yeah, could be a curveball. Will I play it? I don't know, but just in case, I got 2 of her. Then we have this Kakashi that I am very excited to try out, actually. When this ninja is put in play, each player must choose one of their in-play Genin ninjas, if they have any, and return it to its original owner's hand. So, yeah, when I said that Baki is banned, I meant obviously in the ban list that the server I play in uses. And yeah, in that server, I think it's normal that people have decks with, you know, Leaf Kids, Leaf Ganins, and whatnot. There are some pain decks, yes, but mostly this should be pretty viable, because in my Water Fire deck, I don't really have Genin ninjas. I run Konohamaru Ninja Squad. But I believe that's it. You know, I have a lot of Sea Monsters, Sea Monster, Tracking Ninja, Haku Childhood, Karin, Kidomaru, Tayuya State 2? No, Tayuya State 1, the one with hand cost. Then I have 3 Tobis with Ambush, Foka, yeah, and either they are rankless ninjas or they are Jonin. So this should actually just be my opponent has to send one of their Genin back to their hand. So it's a little lightweight version of the Giant Ninja Toad for fire. You know, you put this guy down, you gain tempo. Should be pretty good. And there's this Kakashi that's not really, I'm not going to use it probably, but he has a funny art and I didn't have him. So every Kakashi Hatake in your hand gets growth. Yeah. Jonin, turn 4, no hand cost. I don't think I'm going to be playing that stuff. Then I believe I have 2 of these. Yeah. This Kakashi, if this ninja becomes the user of one or more jutsu cards, draw one card at the end of that turn. So this is an alternative to this Kakashi, I guess. I will see if either of them work out, because I do have jutsus that require Jonin. So again, if the power play, if my opponent doesn't have any gain, or not often enough that warrants to play this guy, I can just play this one, and yeah, play a jutsu and wreak havoc on their board while also not losing hand. Solid. Toki. Have 2 Tokis. I did not own any, and this could be some fun decks or something. Hand control. When you win a normal battle reward or an outstanding battle reward due to this ninja's team, your opponent must select one of the cards in their hand and discard it. I played in a block tournament on the server before I ended up dropping out anyway, but the deck I had was focused on hand control, and there was someone else there that also played the same intention of, just because you had training and moonlight, which is typically limited to 1, it was at 3, and you had never-ending love, so which made earth and wind decks very strong. So anyway, I made that earth deck, and the other guy that also played for hand control partially played this. I ended up not taking her because I already had one too many off-color cards in the deck. The deck was earth water, so I maybe should make a video on the deck. It's not, I guess it doesn't matter now, but yeah. Then 3 again Aburame. This will join the rest of my Aburame collection. Valid, while you have Shino Aburamen in play, your opponent cannot draw or exchange cards due to their effects. So I'm curious, now that I, spoiler alert, there's gonna be more Aburame support in there. I do not play with fan sets, but I know there's a lot of insect support in the fan sets. But I typically like to mix more than one win condition or one strategy per deck. So I wouldn't need extra cards anyway when I'm making a deck for insects. Like extra as in fan made. I think I would manage to be able to do a deck just, I'm rambling too much to make a deck just fine, mixing half insect stuff, half whatever. And yeah, just to say that I'm gonna probably make a deck with these guys, and this is pretty solid. Turn 4, your opponent cannot draw or exchange cards due to their effects. Just your opponent cannot anymore. Your opponent can deploy. That's about it. So next, let's start with the Sasuke's. They're not that good, but I didn't have them, so I ordered these. When this ninja attacks, it's also one of the few Sasuke that's fire and has genjutsu. When this ninja attacks, you can discard one ninja you control. In that case, this ninja gets +2/+2. He also is considered to have Jonin. Yeah, it's pretty mid-city, has growth. Danzo. So I have one copy of this guy, and now this is my second copy. This one is Chibi. When this ninja is put in play, your opponent moves all the cards in their hand to the bottom of their deck in any order. Then they draw cards equal to the amount moved -1. So this is dirty to play with a Hinata that says when your opponent searches or draws any cards due to a ninja or a ninja card. If you read the Hinata on TP1 that has been errated, if you read the TP2 version, it says exactly what I just said. She doesn't say opposing ninjas, so any ninjas. So even if you make your opponent draw, the Hinata effect still triggers. So this Danzo is pretty cool. There's also a Kakashi turn 5 that makes your opponent draw. Yeah, there's a few cards that make your opponent draw. Speaking of which, this is another one. It doesn't say your opponent can draw, it makes him draw. When this ninja is discarded due to the showdown, you can search for one Zabuzama Mochi ninja card in your deck and put it in play. In that case, your opponent draws 2 cards. Every Haku ninja card in your hand gets growth. I got 2 over. I already had, I say her, but it's a dude, but yeah. I already had 2 of him, but I have multiple water decks, so it's convenient to have a couple more copies. Then Shimon. This is a staple I never owned. Now I do. Players cannot put in play ninjas except by deploying them. It's the water version of Ino. They do different things, but they protect me personally against stuff I typically don't like and typically end up facing. That is board spam, kind of rush crap. Ino says you can only put in play 1 ninja per turn. This one says you can only deploy ninjas. So yeah, this prevents squads and growth and all that, but for all intents and purposes, they slow down the opponent's game. Next, I can just start with this one. This is just because for the Taijutsu deck, you want to go Rock Lee and Gara squad, and Nejis are typically good on their own. Maybe squad them with Hinata. This is a desperate option that, well, now I have the option to go into. When this ninja is put in play, reveal the top 6 cards of your deck and move all jutsu cards among them. That includes requirements Rock Lee, Byakugan, Neji, Taijutsu to your hand, then return the rest if there is any, and shuffle your deck. Just situational. I didn't have it. So this Itachi, this beautiful creature, when this ninja is put in play, you can select and discard one of your opponent's in-play ninjas with Sharingan Eye, if they have any. This is a tech, snipe, he doesn't have mental power, he's joining Sharingan Eye as usual. He is turn 6, he's gold, he looks great. I'm gonna keep him here. I don't know why I'm making a single pile, I could be showing off the cards. Then 2 of these. This is, yeah, a deck just in case the opponent is playing some Kakashi, some Sasuke. This guy comes in, it's targeted giant ninja toad that might fit into a Sharingan Eye deck and, yeah, get a bunch of value. Naruto Uzumaki and Neji Hyuga, these are probably just for collection. Maybe you could do some fun stuff platooning over Neji. If this ninja is put in play by sending your in-play Naruto to Chakra, you can send one of your opponent's battle rewards at random to your Chakra area. If you platoon it over Neji, you draw 2 cards. So it cannot really, it does have clone status, but yeah, probably not playable. Kakashi, do I have 2 of these? Nope. Just a single one of these. While this ninja card is in your hand, when any of your in-play ninjas receive any damage by the effect of your opponent's ninjas, you can put this ninja in play. So again, this is not playable, but it's a cool looking card, and I didn't have any. Very nice card. I hope I wasn't tilting the cards too much up until now. I'm sorry if that was the case. Next we have Water Style Giant Vortex Jutsu. 3 water, it's hefty cost. Jonin or higher rank, so that's it for ninjas. Next with Jutsu 3 water, Jonin or higher rank, every ninja battling against the user, move the target back to its original owner's hand. I might try one copy once in a while, just because I don't think anyone's gonna be expecting this. No one plays this, but I don't play no hand water. 3 water is pretty expensive, and I don't like playing Kushinas and such. But I just might have to try this out in a water deck that's not no hand water. Wind style grade breakthrough. Requirements: join in or higher rank every ninja. Move the target back to its original owner's hand. Yeah, that's just a funny one. It's more expensive, but also it's easier to pull off wind missions while keeping a hand. Yeah, this completes a playset. I only had one copy of this. Next, this jutsu. I played one that was magnetic, whatever, garbage. That was just for all intents and purposes, for me, it was just a more expensive version of this jutsu. It does the same thing. If you are sent out to attack, if the user was sent out to attack and he's unopposed, you pick one of your opponent's standby ninjas and bring him to the battlefield to battle your ninja. The thing was, the other one cost 3 of anything. This one costs 1 water, which isn't really a problem at all. And yeah, my deck is water fire, and I have the Kiba and Akamaru squad, that when someone takes damage they are discarded, or take an extra damage rather. So sometimes people, you get to turn 3, the squad also boosts 4, so your team is probably stronger than your opponent's. So because of the effect, they don't want to lose a ninja, they will just not block your team, give you 2 battle rewards. So that's when you use this and you suck their most important ninja at the time, and yeah, they are forever after that behind until like turn 6 or something. If you go first, this is insane, because yeah, on turn 2 probably they already played a good ninja. They just start running out of ninjas and start having to defend with important stuff, and the squad lets you keep up the tempo aggression. Anyway, Sand Tomb requires Sand Combat attribute, and it just costs 4 or more. Target 1 ninja, move the target to the bottom of its original owner's deck. So yeah, it's just a snipe removal that Gara can use. Next, Secret Wood Style Deep Forest Creation. Requirements: the first Hokage. Skip your opponent's next turn. It's a pretty funny one. I don't think this is very playable. Like, realistically, of course it can be devastating, but at the same time it doesn't help you win a jutsu war. So it's like, if it's already going well for you, you can extend your lead by playing 2 turns in a row. But is this gonna go off? That's the question. Anyway, it looks sick. It's an iconic moment in the series. Had to get a couple of copies of it. 5-pronged seal. I only have 1 copy. Only had 1 copy, now I have 3. 1 ninja battling against the user. Return the target and all the cards in your opponent's hand to their original owner's deck and shuffle. If the target is not returned, this effect fails. So this is, I ordered 2 more because I might try something funky, like there's a Kakashi that says you pay 2 fire and the next jutsu you use is free. This costs 1 of each symbol. So yeah, that would enable me to use this pretty easily. There's, I think, also a Naruto that attaches a copy of the jutsu to itself, and during exchange of jutsu you can pay 2 chakra to you. I wonder if it has to be lightning chakra, I hope not. But anyway, the point was to go into the Naruto Sasuke squad that lets you use jutsus for free. it was supposed to be a deck around that. I have another jutsu with the same intention as this one, so that's already a couple jutsus that would be the point of the deck. Then we have Crystal Ice Mirror, only for the scenario where, for example, I change my fire water deck to be more aggro early on. I could play these alongside these that suck a ninja to fight me and just gain control early. So it says Haku, so of course Tracking Ninja can also use it. Target every ninja battling against the user with an interest cost of 3 or less. Give 1 damage to the target. For 2 water, you give 1 damage to everyone. That's not bad. Next we have Gentle Fist style, 8 trigram, 64 palms. 1 earth and then X. Neji Hyuga or Byakugan plus branch interest cost of 4 or more. Target 1 ninja battling against the user. Flip a ninja blade coin X times. Give 2 damage. To the target for each heads. I'm not a fan of any jutsu that flips coins very much, but first of all, the colors on this one go hard. It's dirty. Pretty sick. The orange into red into blue. Very rare to see this scheme. Yeah, let's say you pay 2 for X, or even 3. Is your opponent gonna risk it? Probably not. He's probably gonna respond to this. But even then, it's tough. I don't understand why they would do this to Byakugan and stuff. It's like you already have to be entrance cost 4, or it has to be Neji. Yeah, I guess there are Neji childhoods. It would be too strong of a jutsu if it was more guaranteed to kill. Yeah, so I do have a Hyuga mostly mixed, kind of taijutsu, kind of Hyuga deck in the cooks, and I would like to play this, but it's probably not going to play. The coin flips are crap. Water style, Water Dragon Jutsu. Speaking of coin flips, 1 water and X, Jonin or higher rank, target 1 ninja, change the target to injured status. Additionally, flip a ninja blade coin X times, give 1 damage for each heads. The thing is, this already guarantees that at least you injure the ninja, and it's also a snipe. This one needs to be battling against the user, and this one, any Jonin can use it. And it costs, I guess, equivalent. So Special Kunai, I own 2 copies. I own 1 copy now. Completed a playset. Place the 4th Hokage Ninja card from your hand, chakra area, or discard pile in the user's team in any position. At the end of the turn, if the 4th Hokage is still in play, move it to your hand. So this is just for like my lightning water deck with Sasuke that sends people to chakra when they're injured or take damage. Is it Eyes of the Serpent, Eyes of the Snake, Fangs of the Snake, something like that. I'm gonna call it Eyes of the Snake, Eyes of the Serpent. I think that's it. That deck I used to wipe the enemy board with the Naruto Reinforcement. So it's a lightning water deck. The Naruto Reinforcement that gives 1 damage to everyone with interest cost lower than X, where X is the chakra you have. So yeah, I would have those 2 in play past the turn, and it wipes my opponent's board. However, in one of the videos I posted, I got 4th Hokage in Naruto squad, which when put in play also gives 1 damage to all of my opponent's ninjas. So playing that with Sasuke is also a secondary board wipe I can go into. I could, yeah. Shikamo, this is a staple jutsu. This is the first copy I ever got of it. Finally glad to have this. Charge one card, in that case draw two cards. Can pay with wind or lightning. It's not bad. Of course it has to be at one, it's too good. But being at one makes it so it's not very appealing to me to be playing these things. Because you want to see it early. But also if you're only going to run one copy, you're not that likely to see it early. In late game you want to win the jutsu war, you don't want to be drawing. It might be too late if your opponent is cleaning up your teams to be doing that. Then 2 copies of 8 trigrams air palms. The guy offered me this foil one that he found later on after I made my list, so thank you for that, appreciate that. He also gave me a bunch of just other cards that I didn't order, but he wanted to get rid of because they're not in the best condition. I appreciate those as well. They had damage. I know exactly from what. It's from playing on cement in schoolyard and stuff. They're scraped. It's you don't get that kind of scraping from tables or anything. It's from playing on the floor, cement outside and stuff. And it's funny because many cards I own are also like that, sadly, because back in the day, in Europe at least, they didn't sell sleeves, at least locally where I lived, no one played Magic the Gathering or anything. Rambling too much. 8 trigrams, air palms. Byakugan enters cost of 4 or more, 1 ninja on the battlefield. Move the target to its owner's hand. If it's Neji using it, move the target to the top of its owner's deck instead and draw a card. So, yeah. This one is much better than the other crap that flips coins. Of course, however, this requires enters cost 4 or more, which is fine. Shikamaru's Judgment to Earth. While the user of this jutsu is Shikamaru Nara, this jutsu cannot be affected by your opponent's effects. Requirements: Leaf plus Chunin or higher rank. Select one of the following and apply it. 1. Negate it, 1 jutsu and move it to the top of its owner's deck. 2. Remove 1 mission from the game. So number 2 is can be convenient. The flexibility. Sorry about that. And if not, it's pretty common in an Earth deck to have Chunin and Leaf, and Hinata and Ino. Yeah. You just negate for 2 Earth. Negate a jutsu. Next we have, let's go over Smash first. It's a pretty interesting one, and it's bad, but it fits with my bad mill deck. 1 ninja battling against the user. Injure the target. Then if your opponent has 20 or more cards in their discard pile, give 1 damage to the target. So it's give 2 damage if opponent has 20 cards in their discard pile. And it's funny that the jutsu is like that because my crappy ass deck is exactly a deck of half controlling the board, half milling. It doesn't have a true purpose. It's just, the purpose is to annoy my opponent. My opponent doesn't even know what to do, doesn't know what I'm doing. No requirements, so that's not that bad, I guess. Sealing Jutsu, 9 Phantom Dragons. So this again, this is the jutsu I was talking about that goes together with 5-pronged seal into the meme deck of the Kakashi plays the jutsu for free, or the Naruto and Sasuke squad. So this costs 1 of anything, including 1 of everything, including the void. Target 1 ninja. Remove the target from game. Then apply the following effects according to your turn marker. 3 or more, randomly discard two cards in your opponent's hand. 6 or more, discard 2 of your opponent's battle rewards. 9 or more, you win 2 battle rewards. So this, yeah. Of course, these can be played with senjutsu and stuff, but still, the chakra cost, even if you can pay it with anything, this one costs 5, this one costs 7. Wait, can't count. Costs 6. It's pretty hefty cost, and might not even go off. So the idea would be to have really the Naruto Sasuke squad using it, so that it's free. Next up, Chidori lands. Sasuke Uchiha, entrance cost of 4 or more. 1 ninja opposing the user. Look at the top X cards of your deck, where X equals the target's entrance cost. Move any of them to the bottom of your deck, then the rest to the top in any order. Then injure the target. If lightning was used to pay for this jutsu, give 1 damage to the target, then draw a card. So this card can be very good. However, it requires Sasuke to be the one using it. Again, for my lightning water deck, first of all, this card errata. It's not that if lightning was used to pay for this jutsu, it's more like if a chakra was used to pay for this jutsu that had a lightning symbol, because you cannot pay with lightning. Yeah, for my water lightning deck, Sasuke uses this, destroys a ninja, deals the 2 damage, and draws me 1 of my choice in the top X. That is pretty solid. Only costs 2 water, but yeah, has to be Sasuke using it. Fang over Fang, this is again another meme jutsu for the mill meme deck. Requirements: animal, your opponent moves X cards from the top of their deck to their discard pile. While X is greater than 5, this jutsu cannot be negated or affected by jutsus. In my mill deck, I again run the Naruto that goes into the reinforcement that builds chakra for both players, the turn 4 ninja, and then the turn 5 only builds for yourself. So I build up chakra like that, and then I use Tunneling Fang and flip coins and pray to God I get heads. So this, I guess, would be a 4th copy in case I don't run into Tunneling Fang, because Tunneling Fang ends up discarding more than, on average, more cards per chakra paid. This one discards exactly 1 per chakra paid. So, but yeah, you let the Naruto be in play for a couple turns. Your opponent plays missions. They will have some chakra. You play missions, you will have some chakra. I also play a mission that discards from the top according to how much chakra you have. So yeah, you want to give your opponent chakra and then discard their deck with it. And if you built up like 15 chakra and this goes off, if you already discarded their deck in 2 batches, this should close off the game. Because that Naruto alone also mills plenty of their deck. Parasitic Insect Jutsu. So yeah, there's only 1 copy here because I already had 2. 1 ninja in the user's team or the opposing team. Discard the target. The controller of the discarded ninja places X insect ninja coins into play, where X equals the discarded ninja's support, with the following: power 0/0, healthy and injured, non-unique. So yeah, it costs 1 win, 2 of whatever. And you can just have your turn 0 Shino burst whoever with 2 damage. Not 2 damage, sorry, discard the target. Fire style Dragon Flame Jutsu, this is a staple, it's very nice. 1 ninja battling against the user, give 2 damage to the target and 1 damage to the user. In my fire deck, this is pretty good because, Obito's grow stronger. I put a Naruto in there that's probably gonna come up, but he grows stronger. This has no requirements. I have Tobi's in there that have the same stats, injured and healthy, in terms of support, which is the point of it. And yeah, a lot of people can be injured, it doesn't really matter. So, it's pretty good. Next, Wind style pressure damage. One ninja opposing the user. Move the target and the user to their owner's hand. This could be interesting if you have. If you deployed a Temari and got rid of one of their jutsus, and your board is still, behind, and then you pass the turn and the opponent attacks with a big team. This has no requirements, so again, your small Temari or whatever can use this and get rid of one of their squads or something, or even just a big ninja. And then it's your turn, and whenever you want, you can play the Temari again. This is what comes to mind in terms of me using it, because I don't use puppets. Of course, this is fantastic in puppets. Fantastic. There's better stuff, but more playable in puppets, but I don't play that shit. Next, Hidden Jutsu Insect Bog. This is a staple. One ninja opposing the user. Place a 0/0 insect coin with non-unique in play for each insect and insect ninja you control. Then, if you control more insect or insect ninjas than the target's entrance cost, discard the target. So you can basically discard anyone. In an insect deck, you can basically discard anyone. It's cheaper than the other jutsu that discards one. And yeah, it's more support for the Abrame clan. Then an underrated jutsu, Gale style Laser Circus. While X is 3 or more, this jutsu cannot be targeted by your opponent's effects. I shouldn't say underrated, more like underused. Requirements: lightning, interest cost of 3 or more, or wind and interest cost of 3 or more. Effect: apply the following effects based on X. 1+, give 1 damage to a ninja opposing the user. 2+, injure 1 ninja. So yeah, if you pay just 3, any lightning or wind ninja that's interest cost 3, you pay 3 chakra, you can just kill someone. Actually, I'm lying. I'm realizing now that you probably have to do these in order. First you give damage and then you injure. So it has to be separate ninjas. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be separate ninjas, it's just you don't kill anyone. If you give them 1 damage first, they become injured. And then you can try injuring them, it doesn't do anything. Yep, still, in a lightning water deck with Eyes of the Serpent Sasuke, it's one jutsu gets rid of 2 people. It's a hydro pump that costs 3 instead of 4 or whatever it is that shit costs. Wood style 4 pillar house jutsu. Requirements: tree. You can pay 2 earth or earth, water, whatever. 1 ninja on the battlefield, the target becomes a standby ninja. If the higher cost of this jutsu was paid, every other ninja in the target's team becomes a standby ninja. It's not very good. You have it's basically telling you to play an earth water deck, and you need to have a tree user, and you need to pay 3, and it just puts people standby. It's fine, it's not the best, but probably not playable either, but it's good to have because it looks nice. So then we have these, very beautiful. So primary Lotus, requirements: Rock Lee, 1 ninja battling against the user. If you have 4 or more cards in your hand, give 2 damage to the target. If you have 3 or less, give 1 damage to the target. This one is slightly cheaper. This costs lightning, 2 of anything. This is 2 lightning. Rock Lee, ninja battling against the user. Give 2 damage to the target. Then discard the user at the end of the turn. So yeah. Again, I will try to play these on my Taijutsu deck. See how it goes. Then Tsukiyomi. It's again just a card for collection. It's not very good, but it's an iconic moment. Looks gorgeous. Requirements: Itachi Uchiha. One ninja battling against the user. Shuffle the target into your opponent's hand, then reveal a card from your opponent's hand at random until a card with the same name is revealed. Then return the target to its original position in the original status and give 1 damage to it. Discard all the other cards that were revealed by this effect. It's just a fiesta. It doesn't really know what it wants to do. If it wants to remove a ninja, no, because he comes back. Doesn't know if it wants to give it a damage or discard my opponent's hand. It's just trying things. I guess it could be cool to use as a response, because if my opponent plays a jutsu and I play this and target the ninja that was using my opponent's jutsu, then if this resolves first, immediately, if my opponent doesn't respond, this would send the ninja to its hand, and when it comes back, it's a different use, so his jutsu would fail. But other than that, I don't know. It's not playable. Secret wood style jutsu, deep forest creation. 2 earth, 1 of whatever. Requirements: the first Hokage. Target every ninja of your opponent being sent out to battle. The target becomes a standby ninja. In addition, the target cannot be sent out to battle during the next turn. Could be funny. I've had this played against me. Late game is crazy. Again, these are... If you're doing well, in the sense that your opponent cannot respond to this, you basically win the game. But if your opponent cannot respond to jutsus, you're probably winning anyway. I had this used against me. I had no jutsus in my hand. Games go terrible, but yeah. I don't think this helps you get an advantage, it just helps you close out games. Then again, in the server I play, they limited the best 3 jutsu to 2. I do not understand why, but they did. I do understand why. It's because there's a Tenzo on turn 3 that can play it, but but I think Tenzo is the problem card, not the jutsu itself. Water style, water shark, bomb jutsu. 2 water, 1 of anything. Requirements: Jonin or higher rank. Target 1 injured ninja battling against the user. Discard the target. It's not playable, it's just very cool to have. Requires the ninja battling against you to be injured. It's pretty crap, but it's nice. Same thing, it just looks cool. Iconic jutsu. Requirement: Jonin or higher rank. 1 ninja battling against the user. Change the target to injured status. You only need to pay 3 and be Jonin to change someone to injured status. It's pretty bad. Okay, and that's gonna be the last jutsu, Byakugan. Because the Byakugan that costs 1 earth and looks at a battle reward and discards cards from the opponent's hand according to the number of symbols of the revealed battle reward is limited to 1, so this would be the alternative. Requirements: Byakugan. Discard up to X number of cards in your opponent's hand at random, X the number of cards with an earth symbol in your chakra area. The maximum value of X is 2. Yeah, it's not too good. You have to have a bunch of chakra already, and you have to basically just play earth to make sure this goes off. It's a toughie. For someone precious to you. Target 1 of your opponent's rogue ninjas. Move the target to your village unless you already have a ninja with the same name as the target. Return the target to its original owner's village at the end of the turn. So for a turn, you control the target. You may go into Danzo with him, but yeah, it's not very playable because it requires the target to be a rogue ninja. So it's, yeah, just situational. Let's pick a cool looking jutsu. Maybe this one. This is the best looking one. It's a bunch of jutsus. And this, I like this one a lot. Can't wait to try it. That's it for missions. Okay, so for the fire water deck, I have a bunch of missions in there that I'll need to try one by one. I think this is one of them. Akatsuki ninjas get +1/+1. Additionally, Akatsuki ninjas cannot be affected by the effects of your opponent's jutsu cards. So this can be pretty devastating because all I need to have is if I can guarantee that my jutsus go off in turn, it's probably cooked. If I have Sasuke, Eyes of the Snake, and Hidan, for example, who's a Jonin and Akatsuki, and he just plays the Jutsu Dead, it's 1 fire in X or 1 water in X, requires Jonin and just costs 4 or more. And the effect is give the target is the X ninjas, and the effect is give 1 damage to the target. It's probably more worded like there's no target, and the effect is give 1 damage to up to X of your opponent's ninjas, or to X ninjas. That wipes the board, so yeah, if I can guarantee that jutsu goes off, my opponent loses the board. But that's already, asking for 4 pieces to be in hand. The Sasuke, the Hidan, the jutsu, and this mission, probably not very viable. Next, we have Visitors from the Darkness. This one is probably more viable. During this turn, you can deploy 1 non-leaf ninja in addition to the regular deployment of a ninja. It's pretty cool because I do lose a card for it, but whatever I pay with can be deployed probably. Like any Foka, any Tobi. Yeah. It's just to gain an advantage in tempo. I think even if I draw it a little bit later, like on turn 5, you can still be very good. Sometimes I will be on turns that I want to deploy at the same time, like a Hidan I just drew into, and at the same time a Sasuke, Eyes of the Serpent. So this lets me play. It's not an Akatsuki, it's 1 non-leaf, so it's pretty inconvenient. Is pretty convenient even later on. And early, of course, is a huge swing in tempo. We'll see how it does. I have high hopes for this one. This one over here, I don't know about that. So this jutsu is garbage, but it has to do with insects, so I got it. If you have 1 or more ninjas with an insect combat attribute in play, put 2 ninja blade coins, each symbolizing an insect coin in play. Each insect coin is considered to be a ninja with power 0/1. Healthy and injured status. While you have this mission card in your chakra area, you cannot deploy any ninjas. So it's a turn 4 mission too. I don't know what they were thinking. It's pretty bad. So next, support for Ninja Dog deck. Tracking by Ninja Hounds. You can reveal 1 Ninja Dog card in your hand, then shuffle it into your deck. In that case, draw 3 cards. Yeah, it is a turn 3 mission, but you draw 3. It's pretty bonkers. Of course, you lose 3, but it's still, you cycle the ones you want. You cycle out the ones you don't want. A Mark Permanent 2. You can discard 1 Jutsu card with requirements Insect Combat Attribute and or requirements Shino Aburame from your hand. In that case, search for 1 card in your deck, show it to your opponent, place it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. It's exactly what I was talking about, that if you want to make a win deck, and I would, mix insects with something else. This would let me go fetch probably any card that is limited to one, any jutsu or mission, or yeah. Ninjas are typically easy to fetch, but jutsus and missions not really. I don't know, it's tough because you lose 3 cards to go get one, but it might be worth it. The ones moving in the dark, water and earth. Move 1 ninja card with ambush in your discard pile to your chakra area. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Probably not playable, but whatever. Could be. So I got 2 Threaded Tail Beasts because again, have multiple water decks. This card is limited to 1. It says discard up to 3 cards from your opponent's chakra area. In that case, move up to the same amount of cards from your discard pile to your chakra area. It's cool to have if you have a bunch of cards that have ambush, and yeah, if you have a bunch of cards with ambush or need a bunch of chakra, this is worth it to run, I think, even if you don't play no hand water. This is probably a meme, but we can try it. We can test it out. Cruel Irony. It costs 2. Target one of your opponent's ninjas with an interest cost of 4 or less in a team of only 1 ninja. Move the target to your village. As long as the target is in your village, it can neither be included in any other teams nor be sent out to attack. It's gonna be just funny cheese if my opponent spreads out their ninjas because they're dying. This makes it even worse for them because of them spreading it out. Picture book. Counter 1 permanent mission being played. Change the effect text of the target to the following. Discard 1 card from your hand at the end of this turn. Discard this mission card. This is not that good. You have to be playing against like an earth deck or whatever Quirk City stuff that makes use of permanent missions. But I only had 1 copy, and in case I felt like I should side deck it, now I have 2. The ones who have the same eyes, again, water fire. During your mission phase, you can injure one of your healthy status ninjas. In that case, injure one of your opponent's healthy status ninjas with the same interest cost. Again, Snake, Eyes of the Serpent should go crazy with this because you can just run this instead of some jutsus. And you know, you have Karin, you can heal your own ninjas, so it's easy for you to injure them. And my opponent's ninjas go directly to chakra, and you don't really have to pay chakra for this. It's permanent 3 turns. You just wipe your opponent's board 1 at a time. You select who you want to get rid of. This seems pretty strong. Yeah. Seems pretty strong. Turn 5, you play this, play with Sasuke, Eyes of the Snake, you ambush the Sasuke, you injure whatever crap, you can heal it with Karin. Even if you don't have Karin, it's like Mahidan can get injured, he's a 5-0, 5-0. Toby, same stats, and valid, injured and healthy. Yeah, no problem injuring my own stuff. Heart-to-heart communication, permanent. Players cannot search for any cards in their deck or put in play ninja cards except by deploying them. Just another tool. I think it's limited to 1. No. Yeah, I think it's limited to 1. This one restricts both players. People usually have a problem more with... I also got a copy of it, I'll get to it. Just something else to prevent spam and squads and all that. But this cucks both players, the other one only cucks the opponent. Underground organization. Each time you send out 1 or more Ambu and or the Foundation Ninjas to battle, remove the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck from game. So yeah, you can be... It requires... Kisuke, I'm pretty sure, has Ambu. maybe. I think Isuke has Ambu, so yeah. That in a game, this mission could discard about a fifth of your opponent's deck. Then again, it's turn 2. Thought it was turn 0. Probably not too good. As it is right now, if I put more Ambu in Foundation Ninjas, maybe. Then we have Strategy Meeting. Turn 0 costs 0. Search your deck for one Jonin Ninja card, reveal it and place it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. In that case, your opponent gets 2 battle rewards. Pretty good to have. Could do interesting stuff with it, besides Jonin's intervention. Reconfirmation of the mission. It's a counter. Discard all in-play permanent missions and or clients. If 2 or more cards are discarded due to this effect, draw 2 cards. Could be interesting to have side decked. This is the card I was talking about. Instead of heart-to-heart communication, it's Crying in Vain. Permanent for 4 turns, starting on turn 1. When your opponent puts a ninja card in play, except by deploying it, remove it from game instead. So yeah, it only cocks the opponent, and this one, last I checked, was not limited to 1. That's why people were upset about it. So yeah, good card to have. Surprise Help, more Ninja Dog support. During your mission phase, you can discard the top 4 cards of your deck. In that case, put 1 Ninja Dog Ninja card from your discard pile with an interest cost less than or equal to your turn marker in play. This is the 3rd and final copy for the playset. Next, staying on theme, the Scouting Party. Again, finishing my playset. Teams with Ninja Dogs don't count towards the 3 teams sent out to attack restriction during this turn. Ninjas cannot receive any damage due to the showdown during this turn. Again, this is the polar opposite of heart-to-heart communication and all that. I don't like it, but you know, I have a Ninja Dog deck going anyway. Might as well try to make it good. Even though I never play with it because it is extremely boring to play. The Great Naruto Bridge. Target 1 counter mission card being played or 1 in-play card. Negate the target's effect text. Then move the top card of your deck to your chakra area. This mission does not count towards your 1 mission per turn. So yeah, when you have a big ninja to put in play, like the Danzo or whatever, you might want to run this to make sure you're not getting dehydrated or comped. Very staple card to have. I never had it before. Now I do. Very glad to have this option in my side deck. Then Doppelganger could do fun stuff with it. I don't know what exactly, but one of your opponent's ninjas. Attach this card to the target. Then name a ninja card. The target is considered to have that name. As long as this mission is attached. Yeah. Any jutsu that requires name. This fixes the problem. Yeah, it doesn't have to be an in-play ninja card or anything. You can just name any name. Next, Hyuga Training. Permanent for 3. Target 1 ninja. The target gains Taijutsu and Byakugan. When the target wins any battle reward, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. Probably not very good. Have to win. It might, in terms of discarding cards from the opponent's hand, it's just not very good. But giving Taijutsu and Byakugan might be cool to play one of to just make the Byakugan jutsus more consistent. make the deck more consistent in terms of pulling off Byakugan Jutsus. If you haven't noticed, English is not my first language, so I guess tricky sometimes. Life Flash, permanent 2 turns. When a ninja is put in play, injure it. So that is bonkers with Snake, Eyes of the Serpent Sasuke. When a ninja is put in play, injure it, it's just a death sentence for my opponent. It's not when a ninja is deployed or anything, it's like put in play. There's nothing my opponent can put in play in any way, shape, or form that does not go to chakra immediately or is removed from game. The question is, can I play this? Can I find this and also have that Sasuke in play at the same time? I think this one has a lot of potential too. The problem is, half the games I don't even go into that Sasuke. I either lose or win. So obviously this would be a one-off. Symbol of the Rogue Ninja. Search your deck for one Rogue Ninja card that shares a symbol with the card used to pay for this card's hand cost. Reveal it and move it to your hand. If you play a bunch of Rogue Ninjas or your key cards, I think in my deck, the deck I have the most Rogue Ninjas in, it's probably still better to play Makeout Tactics, because whoever I search for, maybe not, maybe I've had a couple times where, for example, I'm on turn 2 or whatever, and I have long-awaited reinforcements to play, but I don't want to deploy a ninja that I want to search for right now. This could be good, so that I'm not getting cucked by long-awaited reinforcements. At the same time, I'll have to see the ratios of the jutsu costs. Maybe if I play more stuff like this, it costs 1 of anything. Because I have the 8 trigrams, cost 2 fire, and Snake Sword cost 2 water, I typically cannot afford to have Void in my chakra. But yeah, it's still a very good card to have, just in case. Next we have the strongest one. If you have deployed this turn, each player discards every ninja they control except for 1. So yeah. It's a turn 6 mission, but I would like to... I don't know why I put this here. Should be life first there. I would like to try that out, see if it works. Let's finish up the Aburame support. The Aburame clan, I already own 1 copy of this. Your insect and insect ninjas get +1/+1. When one of your insect ninjas would be discarded, move it to your chakra area and place a 0/0 insect ninja coin in play with the following, non-unique. Just buffs the Aburame clan people. I don't think this is very good, but I like their aesthetic, their fit. Not that I like bugs, I quite dislike bugs, but in the game and in the anime they look pretty sick. So, next up, Arrogance. Discard the ninja with the highest combat. If any ninjas are tied, give 1 damage to those ninjas instead. So this may be, at worst... Yeah, no, that's probably not going to work. I was going to say you can probably wipe out multiple people, but probably not. Because for me to wipe multiple people out, it would be multiple of my opponent's ninjas with the same combat. If I have Eyes of the Serpent Sasuke in play. But at the same time, that Sasuke has combat 7, so he would be the one taking damage. Yeah. I don't know. It's a matter of trying it out and seeing it fail in 4K. Then Moment of Weakness. This is a staple I should have had long ago. It's a very good card. Move one of your opponent's ninjas with the lowest entrance cost to its owner's chakra area. If that ninja had an interest cost of 0, move this to your hand. Move this mission to your hand. So this might be a like you really lose nothing kind of situation. Where turn 3 you play this, your opponent loses a ninja, this goes back to your hand. If the ninja was turn 0, and whatever you paid with, you ambush it, you lose no. Your opponent just loses a ninja essentially. It's magnificent card. Not sure if I would run 1 copy or 2, but yeah, this is another thing to test out. What might make it not so viable is the fact that people tend to play a bunch of turn 0s and spam their boards, so yeah, might be useless. Idle Comrades is another hated mission card. I don't really have a dog in this fight. Counter 1 ninja. Remove the target from the game. At the end of this turn, move the target to its owner's village. This is limited to 1 or whatever, but yeah, I'm not a fan of having a bunch of just having a deck that is nothing but turn 0, and then you can squad them anytime you want, so you don't get punished for having absurd consistency in your deck of just having turn 0s, because turn 0s and 1s, for how early they come into the game, their effects are typically busted as fuck. I hate that shit. And like Karin is just disgusting. Whoever designed Karin, I hope they were on YouTube, so let's not go there. Anyway, I'm joking. And yeah, I don't typically go into squads, and if I do, it would be fine. Like the squads, this is, I don't know. To me, I understand if you get cocked if you play a Sasuke and then you play Kakashi and then you go into Sasuke Kakashi squad and it's like it was already a turn 5 ninja and then the turn 5 ninja and you pay 2 hand costs for them and this mission just stops. It's like, it's tough, but also you're the one that wanted to go into a broken squad, and if this is what it takes me from my ninjas being able to play jutsus, I'm talking about Kakashi Sasuke squad. It's like, I don't know why this is limited to 1. I think it should be fine at 2. Squad is an abused mechanic anyway, and if that stopped it, I would be a happy camper. Anyway, a show of power. Your opponent gives 1 damage to 1 ninja they control, discards 1 card, and discards 2 of their chakra. So this and this are very, I'm very optimistic about these 2 missions helping me a lot. This one is just crazy. Give 1 damage to 1 ninja they control, discards 1 card, and discards 2 of their chakra. It's like, if the opponent plays rush deck and spams the board, if by discarding a card in their hand, you're probably going to hurt him a lot, whatever card he's keeping. And if your opponent has a more stable, full hand, healthy hand, he probably doesn't have that many ninjas, and 1 damage is going to hurt him. And then you still discard 2 of their chakra. And it's a water mission, so you're just going to ambush what you paid with anyway. It's a good card. And if you have Eyes of the Serpent, their ninja goes to hell. Eyes of the Serpent is too good. That's why you limit it to 1. Anyway, Path of the Avenger. Counter 1 ninja your opponent controls. Remove X cards in your discard pile from the game, where X equals the target's entrance cost. In that case, discard the target. This is, I think, very good. You do lose 2 cards, but you discard the ninja of your choice. I don't think, in the Firewater deck, play Monster Research, use a Jutsu, It's easy to have a bunch of ninjas and stuff in your discard pile. If you played 1 copy of this is easy to pull off. The question is more like, do you want to lose 2 cards again, I have 3 Tobis that are fire, Focus fire, Hidan is fire. I have a crappy Sasuke that has fire and ambush. Not the one we just saw, but the thin one, Chibi. He's fire water, lets you pick up a jutsu from discard pile if you remove the top 5 cards of your deck from the game. Anyway, I have some fire cards with ambush, but you still lose a card. Anyway, Vengeful Spirit, discard the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck and draw 1 card. Then, if your opponent has 5 or more battle rewards, you can give 1 damage to 1 ninja with the same name as a card discarded due to this effect. This mission is garbage, but it goes perfectly well into my garbage mill deck. It's a fully fire deck, so it's hard to draw because I do not own the Warhawk mission and I'm not gonna play with proxies. So yeah, this discards a few, lets you draw 1. Hopefully what you paid with has ambush. It's pretty bad. The Lords Convene, turn 0, costs 1. They just set 27, of course it is. The power creep never stops. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. You may move 1 reveal ninja card to your hand, then return the rest to the top of your deck and shuffle it. So yeah. On turn 0, did you break? Just joking, you didn't. You can go fetch the ninja of your choice. Just do everything you want on turn 0. Excellent. Hyuga Way. Permanent 3. Your ninjas with a Byakugan cannot be affected by the effects of your opponent's jutsu cards. So again, there are many like these for the Akatsuki, for the Hyuga, for the whatever. No one plays them. But the thing is, there is a Neji, which is a rare card. He's 5/2, Jonin, turn 4. When he's put in play, you track someone, he has tracking, and then he says that your opponent's track ninja must be sent out to battle if possible. So if they have a small ninja, you deploy that Neji, and you make Neji's team, which you can organize, battle that guy, hopefully pick someone by themselves, and you destroy them. Or if you want to get rid of a bigger guy, you play this mission, and you attack with that Neji, you play Jutsu, you cannot be contested, and the opponent has to defend, so you will fuck up their squad or their whatever you choose. Then the 9th match, it either fetches a Rock Lee or a Gaara, and that just costs 2 or lower. Gaara. To your hand, Lightning Wind, just to be played in the Taijutsu deck. Pretty solidified, adds consistency to the deck. Then this one, I'm hyped for it, but it's turn 7. I don't know. Search for 1 Rogue Ninja card in your deck and put it in play. Then shuffle your deck. And yeah, costs 2, turn 7. It's tough, but also it might come in clutch, like I said. Just like the other mission. Yeah, it's not there. What was it? Let me put this here as well. Where was it? This right here. Visitors from the Darkness, where I can deploy an extra non-leaf. Well, this one goes into my deck, fetches the Rogue Ninja, and I wouldn't want to play a Rogue Ninja by turn 7. Obviously, I would like to put in play Hidan's, Sasuke's, Itachi's, yeah. And then I would ambush whatever I paid with, to deploy for that turn. But turn 7 is a long. It's far away. Anyway, Teiyaki Uchiha. Each time your ninja with Uchiha in its name is put in play, draw a card. This is only because I might make an Uchiha deck. I mean, there's like one deck to make. And I only had one copy of him. Just having two is nice. Futaba, every time you heal one or more injured ninjas, draw one card. I'm not about to make a medical ninja deck, but it's a staple. It's good to have. And Ami, I believe it's restricted to one. Again, I'm not about to make a female deck, but it's a staple. When this client is put in play, while you have 2 or more female ninjas or female clients in your village, you can look at all the cards in your opponent's hand to search for one jutsu or mission and discard it. Very strong, destroys people. And that is all. Hopefully this video is under an hour. I have no idea how long it's been. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I wonder how I'm gonna fit all of this into the fire water deck. All these juicy missions to try and all these jutsus to try. And these Kakashis will be easy to put in because the Kakashis I have are pretty crap in there. And yeah, thank you for watching.